Hi guys, Henry Horror here. With me is Johnny Noise and Mr. Eddie Tombstone. And welcome to our 2025 year in review. We're going to be looking back and talking about all the wonderful guests we've had on the show this year and what's coming up for 2026. We'd like to thank everybody that's been on our show. And without further ado, I'm going to let the other guys take it.
Yeah, hey, Ed and Henry. Yeah, we want to thank everybody who's come on the show. When we first started this, we weren't sure what was going to happen with this, and we started out kind of, you know, uh, uh, I guess baby stepping it. Let's see who we can get and this, whatever. I had, I don't know about you guys, but I had no idea, the amount of interest, the amount of people that started to kind of line up to come on our show. So, we just wanted to kind of go over. I got literally 3 pages of guests that have been on, in no particular order, just because we were collaborating so we don't miss anybody. And if we do miss somebody, we do apologize because we had so many different people on the show, and then live shoots as well. We did 3 live shoots, I think, of different events. So, then of course we brought Ed on for to help us out. It got to the point where it's like we just needed help so bad with all the social media stuff because we're just I know myself anyway. I'm not real savvy on a lot of stuff. So I want to thank you, Ed, for definitely for your help and for coming on the show and sharing all this with everybody, man.
Just thank you for bringing me in, and anytime I can help, I'm here. And both you guys, your shows are wonderful, and I'm always tuning in. Even though I'm in the back, I'm always tuning in, watching you guys. So
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely appreciate it. For those of you that don't, we had mentioned this once before. It's handling social media and some technical stuff and stuff beyond our, uh, well, my personal, ability or patience. I don't have the patience for a lot of this stuff. Let's put it that way. I'm old school. If I can hit play and go, I get frustrated with it. So that's just kind of how I am. But we worked out a lot of stuff. With getting the program set, getting the editing done. Now we can add some music and some backgrounds and stuff like that. So it's starting to come along. So without further ado, and again, this is a no order of preference or anything like that. This is how things just kind of how I typed it out. Let's put it that way. So let's start out with and I threw them up front because they just put out vinyl, and you probably already know Shattered Figures. Uh,
Yeah.
we had Shattered Figures on, and the whole band was on, and it was a unique shoot, I think, because when we did it, from our perspective, we didn't know the whole band was in the shot because when we just saw, so they're all leaning in and doing this, but when I got down to editing, I was like, oh, the whole band was in the shot anyway, but we didn't know because of how things looked on our screens. So it was kind of but that was a really great interview with those guys. They did it outside with some lighting and stuff. So super super nice and killer band. I mean, they're out. These guys are really kicking some ass out here. So we want to thank them for sure for coming on.
Yes, definitely. And then they treated us to an acoustic live performance.
Acoustic, yes, yes.
Yeah, and that was amazing. And that during that whole interview, you couldn't have planned it better because as we were doing the interview, they were actually outside, and you could see the sun setting behind them, and it just made for beautiful ambience. And they treated us to that great song.
The
That was a
acoustic thing,
really,
yeah.
really cool interview, and that was one of the quicker interviews that uh, came together from behind the
Came
scenes.
together.
I think we managed to put that one together in a matter of a few days, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, because sometimes you got to work with people's schedules and things like of that nature. And sometimes, we'll have somebody on and we've been waiting like, 2 or 3 weeks to have them on, and, but that one was different because that one was done, I think, in a matter of maybe, and I'm pretty sure it was inside of a week. So, yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
it came together pretty quick, and but I enjoyed the interview for sure. That was kind of cool. Um, so uh, and again, they do have some vinyl out, so if you guys want to check that out, you know, you see some of their clips, and they're doing really really well. These guys, I got to say. Um, so uh, uh, the next person that I have here is Chad Rock 101. That Yeah, Chad Rock 101. That was a cool interview. And he was a pretty cool cat, I gotta say. We had a good time talking to him and just going back and forth about music and this, that, and the other. But he was definitely one of our. He was a character. He's definitely a character.
He
I
Yeah, he's something else, man. I'll tell you, he's picked up on the drums pretty quick because, like, the stuff he was learning starting out of the gate was not that it was too complicated, but you had to have like a lot of good natural timing, and he just managed to nail it. And uh, we definitely got to have him on again soon. I need to
yeah
reach out to him. I know he's been really busy lately doing videos and whatnot. He had his studio built, and I think he has it built to where he can fit a whole band in there and set up the video equipment, if I'm not mistaken.
okay yeah
Yeah, so he's definitely somebody we need to reach out to and
have
have
back
on
on
again.
yeah
But that interview was cool. That cat, I met him actually when I had my first channel up, and I used to do a lot of bass covers. He would always compliment, you know, and
yeah
eventually that's how we met. We started talking through messages on Instagram and whatnot, and eventually it got down to where he asked me to jam bass with them on Skulls, and
okay oh yeah
yeah, so I joined him and Mike Zilla on bass playing Skulls, and that was pretty cool because he actually did a really good job uh, editing and adding stuff to that video. That was fun. That was like the
yeah
first time I
yeah
think I had been asked by somebody to jam with them, and
right
yeah, it was a really fun experience. And
oh yeah that's good. We
hopefully
gotta
hopefully we'll get to do things like that a lot more, and in
yeah
2026.
oh yeah
That'd be a lot of fun.
yeah kind of sitting in remotely with some folks would be really really cool. Uh, so that's like he was like I said, yeah, he was a real cool cat. Um, okay, next on my list, uh, a good friend of mine from Canada, a graphic artist. When all of the whole morning noise thing started, you know, back for me, I was talking to this guy and really, really, really a good guy, Anthony Noble. For those of you who don't know, he's done album covers, he's done a bunch of stuff, and I think now he's doing like custom guitars and skateboards and all kinds of stuff. But you know, he was doing like a digital art thing, and now I think he's going on to different mediums. I think he's actually painting, doing some other stuff. But Anthony was on. That was a cool interview. So that I knew I had to have him on when we started this, when we started doing this stuff, and I know you had pulled a bunch of his stuff. Actually, yeah, I think you had some of his skateboard stuff, didn't you, on your
Yes, yeah. I had it
yeah,
on my iPad just to show,
yeah,
some of his artwork. I really like that one that kind of looked like that face from The Exorcist. It flashes so quick. It's in a subway scene. I think in the remastered version, it pops up again here and there. I think I think it pops out again during the actual exorcism scene towards the end. But
Oh,
there was one that he did that was like it kind of that's what it reminded me of. And
right.
yeah, if I have half a chance to get that design put on one of my bases, I'd definitely do it. But yeah, he was a cool cat.
Yeah,
And when we interviewed him, he actually squeezed in the time for us to do that, which was really cool.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Well,
he's
if
working with
anyone
somebody.
wants to check out his work, they could go to the Inertia Channel Facebook page and scroll down, and you can see his artwork. I posted some of his artwork, and I believe a link to his page through the yeah.
Yeah, 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 definitely, definitely. Um, yeah, he's got a lot of, like I said, a lot of cool stuff, and we've been talking for a few years now. Actually, when I was on working a second shift job, I'd call him like at midnight, Facebook on Messenger. We just bullshit on my way home from work, and but yeah, really cool guy, super talented. He does custom guitars that he does. With this one person who does all this, put his artwork on his on custom guitars. So yeah, super nice guy. Check out his stuff. Like Ed said, we do have that stuff on the Facebook page, Nurse Channel Facebook page. Uh, you can go ahead and check out some of his stuff, and his contact information is also on there. So you can maybe order something or have some custom stuff done. He's really talented guy. So shout out to Anthony. Um, this is kind of a recent one, but we had the Mau Mau's of Paul Mars Black. They were out of California. You had said that uh, uh, we had collaborated on that one through through. Let me get the name. Let me go through my list here because I got so much stuff going on. Man, oh, through Alec Bauer
Yeah,
from LA. You know,
yeah,
sorry, Alec. We didn't forget about your brother. I've got so much stuff going on, man. It's just trying to keep it all on track.
yeah.
We have
You know,
we have yeah,
well, this might cover two in one. When we had Alec on and we were talking about his music and was digging it, especially since he did a song, mentioning San Antonio, I was all for it. When he told me, he said, "Yeah, one of the guys that we had in the band played drums for the Mau Mau's." I perked up because I was like, "No shit," because I had heard of them because of the Berlin Brats were in Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke and the Battle of Bands, and their
right.
singer Rick was the front man in that band. He after the movie, sometime after that, he dissolved the Berlin Brats and he started the Mau Mau's. Paul Mars Black came in and he was their drummer, and yeah, and then they. Oh well, we thought it was just going to be Paul Mars Black at first, and
No,
he
right.
surprised us by having I believe it was the rhythm section uh on, or I think it was the two guitar players because Rick and he
Yeah,
said the bass player weren't there, but pretty much it counts as the rhythm section.
sure.
Uh, and they were so cool, man. I mean, we
Dude, yeah, yeah,
everybody that we've had on, we need to have them on again, as far as I'm concerned. But
yeah.
they were really cool, and uh, like I said in that interview, one of the last things when I actually saw my dad when we hung out, uh, one of the last things we listened to was the Mau Mau's "So Psycho," because my dad was like, "I've heard this before," and I was like, "Yeah, they were the Berlin Brats before, and this is the song they play in Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke." That was my dad's movie right there. I don't know if it was
No
his
shit.
favorite movie, but it was definitely his favorite Cheech and Chong movie. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that
yeah.
was a real treat to get to talk to
Talk
him.
to those guys.
I really
Oh yeah,
enjoyed
yeah.
that.
It was definitely awesome. Um, and let's go down to Mike Hideous.
Now that I felt we got really lucky with. I've
Yeah,
always been an Empire Hideous fan. I loved it when he was in the Misfits. And then I found out about Spy Society '99, and I finally got a copy of that album. That Spy Society '99 album, man, it's got a swing to it, like I said in that interview. And I
yeah, yeah.
felt we got really lucky with that because even though that Mike Hideous has his own YouTube channel, and it's called the Hideous Version, and it's him and Mr. B. If anybody wants to check that out, um, it's Hideous Diversion, and it's on YouTube. Uh, Mike Hideous does not do very many interviews, and
Right.
the fact that he made time to come out on our show and talk to us for a while, uh, yeah, that meant a whole lot to us
Yeah.
because of that fact, you know. Uh,
Right. Right.
some people out there, you won't get them to do. They just don't do interviews, you know. And
Sure. Yeah.
and yeah, I had heard that he doesn't do very many interviews, but you know
Yeah.
the fact that he took time to be on our little show, oh man,
Yeah.
it
Well,
means everything.
our little show is just 3 pages of little show. So it's, you know what I'm saying? It did. You know, it's just like it's. I was kind of shocked. Um, no, I was out in Macon, Georgia, at the Capitol Theater, and they had a bunch of bands there. I was down with Jason Virus, so I had on the bands that had played. So I did a quick interview with like Sister Sandos, Dragon Sleeper, Megaloplaid, of course, Jason Virus, and we want to thank all of them for Sugar Virus. Uh, you know, for I set up upstairs in this upper part of the theater and had them all come on and do a quick little interview. So that was kind of cool. That was one of our live shoots, and we're still working on the technical aspect of some of that stuff because it gets a little tricky. You
Yeah,
know, I ran 3 cameras, and it was just, I was like, oh my god. So just trying to, out of the 3, hopefully get something. So we did manage to pull that off. Um, it worked out pretty good. Speaking of all that, getting down to actual Jason Virus, who we had on 3 times, once with the live shoot, and then 2 remotes. One, he was at the Firehouse. That was the first one we did.
yeah,
That
that
was
was the
early
first.
on. That was early on too, I think. That
Yeah,
was
that
way
was
early on.
really early on. He was.
Yeah,
I want to say he was the second guest
second
we
or third
had.
person on.
I I,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
so because yeah, I want to say second or third
yeah.
person we had on, and
And then he came up here to my studio, and we did a live shoot from here because he just released all of his albums and stuff. So that was kind of cool with his girlfriend, now fiance. So congratulations, you guys.
yeah,
I'm sure she's pretty.
congratulations.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, and I'm sure we'll do some more interviews with Jason. He's got a lot of stuff going on, but it was nice to have him up here, and I think that interview came out really well. Um, the first one that we did, we were still working out some of our technical kind of things with this, the way that everything was set up, but I mean, it came out pretty good. But to have him live here at the house, I think was pretty cool. Uh, so I know Jason for a long time, so he's been a good friend and allowed me to invade his music space more than once. So, and I appreciate that, man. I really, really, really do. Okay. Uh, Also, early on, uh, with a little bit of technical stuff going on, because again, this is in our infancies when we were really trying to figure out what the heck to do and down to what button do we push. I mean, it was you know, that part of our infancy of doing all this stuff. I you know, was Christian Youngblood from the Casket Kids. We had him on. It was a good interview, a little staticky with the signal, I think, but overall a good interview. I'd like to have him back on again. Uh,
Definitely.
live here because he's one town over. So I have to get him up. I want to get him up here. We did a live shoot with him over at Mars in Huntsville with the Halloween show. So I got some footage, but I like to have him in studio. So I'm working on that, and they're busy. He's driving the Casket Kids hard, man. He keeps them going.
Oh
But
yeah.
let's get him in studio and see and do a full on interview right here. I think those work out pretty cool. So, and I think I don't know if she was our first one, but Anna Vashti. We
Anna
had
was,
Anna.
Anna was our first guest when we
Was she our
started.
first interview? Our first guest.
Yeah, she was our first guest.
Yes. That was my former lead singer, recording artist. Incredible vocals, anything she does, and we took in a very short period of time, we took Crimson Carrie on a quick ride down music lane, so to speak. We went fast, and I just couldn't believe in that short span of time what we were able to accomplish. Even putting 3 songs out. But we had her on. She's still doing music. She's still doing a lot of solo stuff. But we want to thank her for coming on, and we'll catch her again. We'll have her
Yeah,
on again.
we'll have her on again soon.
Yeah. It's I treat her like the kid sister I never had. You know what I mean? It's like
Oh yeah.
she's just real nice person and super talented. So yeah, I think she was our first interview. So thank you, Anna, for letting us use you as a
Yeah.
as a crash test dummy for the Inertia channel. But yeah, that was definitely pretty cool. Okay, let's run down to Billy Bones. We had Billy Bones on.
Billy Bones, from the Deftones, my buddy.
Def,
Yeah,
yeah,
he sent me. Uh, I ordered some stuff, and he sent me. You can barely see it, but it was like a mix up of I think 2 EPs on one CD, and they were numbered. And he sent me that along with this other album but they're great. He has been very busy. Last I reached out to him,
I bet.
great band, great group of guys. Hard punk, punk rock. He has been busy juggling the band, work, and school, and that's not very easy, but he's managing to
No,
do it.
no.
So that's some
Yeah.
impressive juggling there. He wants to be
Yeah.
back on
Yeah, we'll
again
have him on for
soon,
sure. Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
that's something to
Definitely.
look forward to. And
Yeah.
I wish him and the band the best of luck out there, because I know that those 3 things right there, that's not easy. That's not easy to pull off.
No.
No, I did it. Working, going to college, and doing this on the other. And it's tough. It's just tough. So yeah, you got to keep it all in perspective, man, or you lose your mind. Because trust me, it's just tough. But yeah, Billy Bones, man, rock on, brother. Punk Rock Swam. Wow, that was a good interview too. I was kind of I was pleasantly surprised. We had a really good interview with Punk Rock Swam, and welcome back anytime for sure. But I know they were at the time getting ready to leave out on a mini tour. I know they got a lot of stuff going on musically.
They sure do.
But yeah, definitely had a really killer interview with Punk Rock Swam. I had time doing that interview.
I've been actually keeping up with Swam, and
Okay.
the Karens have the Karens 3 that they're working on. It's going to be their third album, and they are working on a tour.
Okay.
I think they toured. They did a West Coast tour when we interviewed them. They were that was I Want a Refund had just come out, and they were hitting the West Coast. So that's that's why I feel lucky that we did the interview with her because they were days away from going out. So
They were like loading up the van or something. It was literally, yeah, just getting
yeah,
ready to go. It
and
caught them right before they took off. So
so they they've got that going on. I mean they're fixing to be really busy soon. So, but
yeah,
yeah, that's another one we got. That's another one to look forward to in 2026 is that
yeah, bring
maybe
back
we can
on.
get the whole band this time, is
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
would like to do
thinking.
that. I would like to do that.
But
Yeah.
Swam, we love you, honey.
Yep, yep. Appreciate you coming on the show for sure. Had a great time, and come on back. Okay, DB Bones.
DB
DB Bones.
Bones from the
Yes.
Coffin Road Killers.
Off Road Killers. Yes.
They had a demo. At the time of the interview, he had just put out the Coffin Road Killers demo. I think maybe a day or two before we did that interview. So the demo had just come out. I reached out to him pretty recently. I think it was a few days ago, and
Okay.
he's still rocking and rolling. Coffin Road Killers are still working on building, their stuff. See, that's what I liked about interviewing him because Coffin Road Killers are a band in the making, and once those cats come out, you better hold on tight because that train's
Yeah.
gonna go fast.
Yeah.
He did say he's got some collaborations in the works. He didn't get into too much detail about that, but that's why we're gonna have him on again soon, and we'll discuss that. I did ask him if he wanted to be back on as a guest, and he said anytime. So yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that was definitely a good interview with him for sure. Um, and welcome back. Any of our guests are welcome back anytime. Um, Alec Bauer. Wow. You know, um, uh, just a million and one shot for us, and happened to move out this way, and just one thing led to another. Had him in house in the studio. So of course Alec played with LA Guns, and he's doing stuff musically here, and so just really really cool guy. Um, Super laid back, super laid back guy, California guy all the way. He's like a laid back California dude. But great interview. Definitely like to have him back on. I know he's super super busy with his music and then stuff going on at the theater and this down there. He's like really really busy. Um, but yeah, that was a good interview with Alec for sure.
oh yeah, we gotta have him on again because
Yeah,
he's got a lot of stories.
he said he got a lot of stuff he could throw our way. I'm like, bring it
So
on, man.
yeah,
Bring it on,
so
dude.
yeah, so it's gonna be like trails we have crept or something.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know
But
we'll figure it out, but he's he's done a lot of stuff. This guy, so we want to definitely have you back on for sure, Alec. Um, now this next guy was a really really cool interview. Max Boost and the Power Ups. Wow, that guy. One man show, I guess you would call him. He's got. I mean, he does it all. I don't know how he does it. He does it all. So, really super talented, super cool guy.
I'll tell you something. With Max Boost is he's an architect, man, and to
Yeah, yeah,
build like the way he does with his music, and it's all him. And
yeah,
he's been working on a way to do that live as well. Um,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's cool because his music doesn't follow one certain type thing. When you listen to his music, you can hear all the different mixes. There's a bit of a country vibe, there's a bit of a metal vibe, there's a bit of a punk rock vibe without making it too obvious.
yeah.
definitely, you don't find that out there too much these days. Person can do all that,
Do all of that. It's
It's
crazy. It's
magical.
definitely crazy.
I think it's very magical.
Yeah, yeah. He's definitely more than any time. Come on back and keep us updated on what's going on in Boost Land, man. We want to know. We want to know. Uh, Ian Hernandez.
That was a fun interview.
That was a fun interview.
Ian
Yeah,
is a very sweet guy. He is, for those of you who didn't catch the interview, he is in a band called the Subjunctives. They're a trio from Seattle. He also does a festival. Forgive me, Ian. I forget what the name of the festival is, but they have it up in Seattle, usually at the beginning of the year. Um, and that interview was cool because I had interviewed him before, and we kind of talked gear talk and talk shop a little bit, and about the sound of the album. But when we interviewed him, we did a track by track synopsis of the songs and what they were
yeah,
about,
yeah,
and that was
yeah,
really cool to see the insight, if you will, of the album.
yeah, yeah.
We've got. I've got to reach out to him. I haven't talked to him a while, but I think that he's been keeping pretty busy himself too.
Yeah.
I think they're recording, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but yeah, I'll reach out to you real soon, Ian.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely do that. Okay. We did a couple of live shows, and we won't go too crazy on it. Maggie Myers in Huntsville had an awards type show, like a local awards show. So they set up uh, uh, a camera, and we were on forever. I mean, you and I sat there for almost 2 hours trying to figure out, how to make all this stuff work. But anyway, so that was, a lot of people on, and once they found out that there was a camera there, then everybody went nuts. Everybody, they was jumping in, and
Oh yeah, that was fun.
that was a fun show. Yeah,
Uh,
it was like it was just cool. It was just a cool thing to sit back in your house and just be thrusted into this live event. So
it
it was
kind of,
pretty
and
cool.
actually Rosie, my fiance Rosie, sat in with me on that,
Yeah, yeah,
and it kind of felt like we were there. Like
yeah,
it was really cool. It was really laid back. I
yeah,
remember when Christian got there, the first thing he does is run up to the camera and goes, and then,
yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
he started bringing a few people around, and then people eventually just started noticing that hey, somebody's filming this, and and it,
Well, I kept on calling him and texting Ben. It was like, I need people in front of the camera. Grab somebody. So like, get over here. Just so it was like, but yeah, we want to thank them for their help to get people in front of the camera there. But that was a cool little live shoot. That was one of our first. That was an early one. That was an
oh
early
yeah,
one.
real
That
early.
was like, yeah. So, and it was long. We get it. It was a real long shoot. You know. So and then we the Halloween show at Mars in Huntsville. That was a recent show, and had a bunch of bands out there. Of course, the Casket Kids, uh, the Go Go Killers. And if I miss any other bands, I do apologize. And I tried to do some interviews one on one, and it was a little loud, so I tried to find a little corner just to throw some people on. Quick interviews and stuff like that. I think My Own Tragedy was there, so it was a good show. Um, and I want to have hopefully these guys individually come on a show, do like a full show. You got Johnny Duque, you got Donnie from the Go Go Killers, Paulie from the Casket Kids, who I know for a long time I was picking on him. Paulie and I go, we're always picking on each other, so it's pretty funny. Um, and Travis, who was my former drummer, he's supposed to play. Now he's playing drums for the Go Go Killers. Really super nice guy, and it's been a pleasure for me to share music and the stage and live performances and recording with this guy. He's just an amazing drummer. So that was a really good show. Um, so then we had Dana 666 on the show, and we want to have her back on. We definitely want
Definitely.
to have Dana back on. She's involved in some other projects that she's doing, so maybe we can flip flop some things and jump on her show back and forth, whatever. We want to have Dana's back on for sure. So
Yeah, I
uh,
reached out to her recently, a few days ago, and
yeah,
she said definitely, she definitely wants to be on, and that she found her Killer Clown's popcorn gun that
oh
she
my God.
wanted to show us in that
Oh my God.
interview.
Yeah,
She
she
couldn't
was going
find it.
crazy looking for it. Yeah, she's like, I know it's here. I know it's here. So yeah, Dana's. We want definitely have you come back on for sure. I want to thank you for coming on our show. Now we a lot of our stuff revolves around musicians and artists and this that and the other. We were been lucky. Well, you Henry have been uh, rounding up some actors and actresses. And we, I don't know if we decide, I don't know how we got into this or what it was, it's just one of those things that happened. But let's start out, we had Alan Danziger from
Yes,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Um,
yes,
super nice guy, super cool. And he's got some new stuff out too on Tubi, I think you said, right? A new
yes.
movie
The Weed Hacker Massacre is
out?
what it's
Okay,
called,
right,
and
right.
that is free on Tubi. It's
So
on
check
other.
that out, guys.
Yeah, it that Weed Hacker Massacre. He also comes out in it. Um,
Okay.
but that movie, it for one, it's funny. Two, it's gory, and three, it's just got cult movie status splattered all over it.
Right all over it. Yeah,
So
yeah. But Alan was kind enough to come on our show, and I believe he said he wanted to come back on. I know he's super busy because he had the movie release thing going on a little while back, so I'm sure he's tied up this that, and the other. But definitely want to have him back on for sure. Great guy to talk to. I had a lot of fun uh, uh, talking to Alan for sure. And then recently, Cecilia Condit uh, was on the show, and what let me tell you. When we were done shooting the show, I think Henry and I were kind of like sunk in a chair, like you know,
yes,
that was that was a that was an interview right there.
it
What
was.
a that was straight up. That's like amazing. You know, she was so easy to talk to, and just a real super nice person. And we were kind of, I know I was kind of taken aback. I was like, wow, what just happened? So I mean, that was, I think that was one of our better kind of one-on-ones that we were able to
Yeah,
pull off.
I felt
You
like
know,
Ted Koppel or something, like or Walter
yeah,
Cronkite after that interview because
it was
that
nuts.
that interview went pretty deep into a lot of
Woo!
where she comes up with her ideas because she's I think she's a storyteller first and then a filmmaker second, and to
Filmmaker, yeah,
marry those two and the way her short films are, like I said, they draw you in, and that's the mark of any good art right there, is
yeah.
if it draws you in. And but
And not to mention with her as well, she's an award winning. She's received
oh
many
yes,
awards for her writings and her short films and stuff like that. But let me tell you, I was that was a pretty big bar for us to kind of hit. You know what I mean? If you want to kind of grade things, her, and of course, Alan for sure for being in Texas Chainsaw Massacre and stuff. But that was a really good interview. I got to say, I was really that was one of the first times that I've been like, wow, what happened? So I'm not a star. I don't get starstruck and whatever. It is what it is. But that was a really good. We pulled that one off, man. I don't know. Holy crap. Okay, and I saved this one for last because it definitely involves Ed as well. Um, we had now this guy has a TikTok following in the thousands, and you already know where I'm going. It's Joe G and Rob the Zombie. And when Henry pitched this idea, I got friend Joe G, he's got this, it's called an attack puppet, and it's a full size puppet that wraps around you like it's grabbing you, then whatever, and he takes it to the mall, takes it down the street, and then he does all these little short clips on TikTok. And he's got like a bazillion people that follow Rob the Zombie. So it's like, what the hell is this? And then I pulled up all these, and I'm like, this is insane. So we did a quick, interview, and I thought it was so cool. And he's got another
the
attack puppet as well.
Yes, the next time he came on, and I'm hoping I can get with him and we can have Daners on as well, because now he's got Joe G and Lola the clown.
Yeah.
And if you thought Rob the Zombie was something, wait till you meet Lola. Lola got a personality all of her own, boy, I tell you. So
we discussed doing some movie reviews, stuff like that, and we're certainly going to bring in Daners and then Ed as well to sit on some movie reviews, and we need Joe G to bring the zombies, man.
Yeah.
Gotta bring this. I thought it was so cool. I was like, look at this. Then when I pulled up his TikTok stuff, I was like, wow. He's just walking down the street and people are literally stopping their cars and hanging out of the windows. It's just crazy the response he's got walking around with this full size puppet that's wrapped around him, like hanging on to him. And like the craftsman, the workmanship that goes into these puppets that is, and they're not. I pulled them up. So I was like, oh, I want one. Then I saw the price. I'm like, never mind. I'll let him buy another one.
Yeah,
they are.
And that's the thing too about it. Like you said, though, that brand Attack Puppets, they are custom made to order. They are not something that's stuffed in a box in a warehouse waiting to be shipped out.
No.
They hand make those puppets individually. So that's why they have a hefty price tag on it. But
oh man, oh my God,
it's worth it.
Oh, trust me, I pitched it to the boss, and I was like, I got shot down. So my banker shut me down. But yeah, so I think that's going to be part of 2026 as well, getting to some of the old school horror movie like reviews.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that'll be a fun thing to get involved with, and we have some guests in the wings,
Yes.
that we're just kind of waiting till after the holidays, because things just kind of get too dicey and too schedules are just too tight right now.
Yes.
So after the first,
scheduling just too tight. We don't want to really like hinder anybody's holiday plans. We're just gonna, bring it back in 2026. We've already got some guests lined up that want to come on.
Oh yeah.
We've got some new ideas that we're stirring in the pot, and we're gonna make 2026. It's gonna be the year of the inertia.
Yeah, I definitely think so. We're gonna step it up and see what we can do with this thing. It's going crazy, going nuts, and certainly we with Ed's help for sure on the marketing side of things, we'll push things a bit further. I think this year, because like I said, we have some really really killer guests on the show. It's like, holy jeez! So it's been crazy.
Well, but I want to thank you two personally, because I definitely couldn't do this without you two guys. I mean, it's been a fun trip, and I'm looking forward to more. So thank you guys. Thank you
Thank you
very
for
much.
having me. I'm a big fan of both of yours. Thanks for having me. Thanks for taking me along, your journey.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Always.
no worries whatsoever. Always, Ed. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, like I said, it's this this thing started as a let's see what we can do. I think between Henry and I, and we weren't sure what the hell was going to happen. We had no idea, no idea. With our first little interview, we're like, okay, let's see, whatever. And I'll be damned if you know, if it once it started going, it's like one after another. It's like holy jeez. So it, it's like you're building your resume, so to speak. Of people that you want to come on. So and I think we've got off to a really good start, considering our real humble and still humble beginnings of this channel. So, but we want to thank everybody who's supported us, uh, everybody who's watched our interviews, responded. And we're not. I mean, there's one person we have to recognize. I'm gonna let Henry handle this. We have, I, I guess you would say like a super fan or somebody just super nice guy, and just I mean the care packages and the stuff that's sent out. We can't thank this person enough
Uncle,
for following us. Yeah, we've all got stuff from him. It's amazing support. So Henry, I'll let you field this one, brother.
We want to give a special extra thanks out there to, well, I want to do it with two sets of people. We want to thank our super fan Ragnar for all the great stuff he sends us. And I'm like, dude, you sure you want to send us this? And he's like, oh yeah,
Really?
I got like 2 or 3 copies of it. It's no big deal. And it's like, it's albums, stickers,
Oh my
postcards,
God. Oh my
all
God.
posters, you know, this and that, and uh, DVDs of shows and whatnot. I mean,
Oh, it's
you name it, this
crazy,
cat sent
crazy.
it to us. Um,
Yeah.
and the other set of people I wanted to thank that and this is just before we go, because this interview meant a whole lot to me, and I love all our guests, and I love everybody that we've had on. But when we interviewed Bobby and Diana Steele from the Undead, that that one was like I was trying so hard not to fanboy out during that interview because
Yeah.
they were so nice and they were great, and we need to catch up with Bobby and Diana and see what they're going on. I know they did some shows over the summer, and they worked out pretty well. They went over to London, and they did some shows in Canada that went very very well. So we
Yes, matter of
and
fact, I don't think I think I might have even inadvertently jumped over because I had them on my list. But yeah, we want to thank definitely Bobby and Diana for coming
yeah,
on. Super casual interview, great talking about CBs and of course the CBGB's bathroom, the infamous bathroom, for sure. But we wish them well, in all their projects that they're involved in. They're busy too. Oh my God,
oh yeah,
that's one they do not sit still.
no,
That's what I mean. It's like, oh, I don't know where they get the energy, but it's they're constantly on the go.
but
But yeah,
yeah,
that was definitely
definitely. Yeah, they're constantly. I think they might even have something coming up for the New Year's, if I'm not mistaken. I think.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Bobby and Diana, we love you and we love the undead, and we forward to having you guys back on really soon too.
definitely. And get back real quick back to Ragnar. I got you had sent me the two 45 the Elvis on black vinyl with the original price tags from like I think that I want to say 70s or six. I can look at them. I have to put them in a frame,
Yeah,
but it's
definitely.
crazy. I'm like, holy crap, and they're like one's like a test vinyl because it was like etched,
It
you
was.
know,
It had the etching on
it had
there.
the etching on it and stuff like that. I'm like, Wow.
And
So
another thing, John, you know how you can tell that those are real? That vinyl is really, really hard.
it's
Yeah.
really heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really heavy vinyl. So that's
Yeah.
how you can tell that it's real. Because the vinyl records back in those times, the vinyl is really, really, really heavy, and it was tough. So it was a bit
Yeah.
tougher.
Yeah. So I haven't framed those yet, but they will definitely be on my wall. Uh, Along with not to mention Daners. We got the comic book from Daners 666. You have yours in your wall. I have to mount mine yet, but she did a comic book, so we have autographed comic books from her, which is awesome. I mean,
Yep.
that was and it's such a cool thing. It's like the zombie thing done with baby cartoon people. It's like oh my. So I'm not. Mine is staying. It's not coming out of the plastic. It's going to go right in the frame.
Yeah.
But so we want to thank everybody who's sent us out stuff and has showed us great appreciation and for supporting our show. From the onset. And we're just getting started. This is just the beginning for us, and we're going to see where we can take this. With that being said, I want to thank Ed and Henry for putting up with all my zaniness and for all of Ed's help. Without your help, a lot of this stuff wouldn't even get out. They wouldn't even know what happened. So we want to thank you so much, Ed, for
Yep.
And
technical and
pleasure.
and social media. All the stuff that you do is vital to get our message and our stuff out there, and then we'll get some more shows together, and we'll get us all together and do some crazy movie reviews or something. I think that'll be the next cool thing we try to get into.
Yeah.
We try to do stuff. But yeah, guys. So it was great seeing and talking to you guys for sure, and stay warm where you're at, Ed. We got the fires roaring up here. We're freezing cold, so and I know Henry. If it gets below 60, you guys in Texas probably put coats on. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, definitely. We're not too
So,
far. We're not too far behind you guys. But
yeah, so
we
it's
also
brutal.
want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Happy Holidays to everybody. Y'all be safe out there. Thanks again to everybody that watches and subscribes and follows us. Means the world to us, and we're gonna make 2026. It's gonna be
That's
even
gonna be
bigger.
it. We're gonna hit it. And for those of you, please go over to our Rumble. We're on Rumble, so for our full interviews and check them out there. That's been working out pretty good from a technical aspect and from that seems to be a good platform for us to work off of. But anyway, guys, have a good holiday, safe New Year, and we'll be talking. We'll be talking to you soon, man. Let's get past all the holiday madness,
Yes.
and we'll get it cranked up. So good seeing everybody, and I'll let you know what, I'll let Henry close it like we normally do, man. Come on, brother, send it to him, man.
We will see you in the next video.
Rock on, brothers.
Rock on, guys.